Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Ripple Labs lawsuit update. Judge Netburn rules in favor of Ripple in 3 out of 4 motions. And in the next 12 months, you'll see IPOs in the crypto blockchain space. We're not going to be the first and we're not going to be the last, but I expect us to be on the leading side. It's a natural evolution for our company. A statement that was made by Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. But the ongoing Ripple Lab versus SEC case seems like it might be swinging in favor of Ripple Labs, following the news that a number of recent motions by the SEC were denied by the court. So while the SEC may yet win their case, according to a number of commentators, an overall loss may not be as damaging as initially expected. Attorney Jesse Hines has been watching the case, commenting the following in a Twitter post. So a result of this lawsuit could be learning that while Ripple sales are investment contracts, secondary sales aren't, meaning that exchanges can relist, then Ripple will just continue selling outside of the US and everything will resume as normal. I have more to discuss on this and I'm going to come back here in a bit. Let's keep moving forward. But are the tides turning for Ripple XRP versus the SEC? I know I pulled open 2 different articles, but I just wanted to point out the court allowed the SEC 5 added depositions while denying a 6th as unripe. Netburn denied the SEC's request to search for records of Ripple's general counsel and deputy general counsel's communications. The court denied admission of Ripple documents pertaining to political lobbying efforts that post-date the SEC's filing. So ultimately, it's difficult to defeat a governmental regulatory body in a court of law. Nonetheless, Judge Netburn is holding the SEC to a high standard, and if this continues, a settlement between Ripple and the SEC may be on the way this fall. We know today that they had a special meeting as well. So what's going to be interesting to see if anything comes out of that. I would expect if it's early, let's see, pre-fall, as they've stated in the report, I would say I don't see how it could be before the end of August. But again, being earlier is better than being later than a projection. 2.3 million UK adults now hold crypto assets, 10.5% more than last year, as stated by the FCA report. The UK's financial regulator reported a positive attitude towards crypto, with 38% of investors considering their stake in them as a gamble versus 47% last year. Also compared to 15% last year, only 11% regretted buying cryptos. And again, you're going to start seeing this increase globally. There'll be more common talk, more common conversation, and people will continue more and more to get used to digital assets as they truly have been within reason since the credit cards, pretty much digital money for a long time. But having said that, obviously, these are a little bit different. You can send it from wallet to wallet direct without going through a bank or any other Visa, MasterCard, American Express, etc. But they are also involved. I want to bring this up just because it was kind of a surprise that they were getting listed on Coinbase. But since we discussed it, I kind of want to follow just a bit. Dogecoin knockoff Shiba Inu sheds 12% after the Coinbase delaying the listing. The meme token's debut on Coinbase Pro is facing a temporary delay. So in brief, Shiba Inu, the meme coin, is this like Dogecoin within reason. It's set to begin trading on Coinbase Pro, and after a delay in the listing, SHIB's price fell. But I did like something that they stated in the article, because it's true, and if you've been in the XRP community for a while, it took us a few years of constant push to get Coinbase to list it as well. So basically in here it states as basically the challenge it is to get listed on Coinbase, but as well, if you get listed on Coinbase Pro, it often comes with a bump, and it's typically a sign that a listing on the main app, Coinbase.com, is just around the corner. Also to the GOP, made a U-turn and House Republicans began accepting cryptocurrency donations. The GOP will accept crypto contributions through BitPay, allowing them to convert assets like Bitcoin and Ether into US dollars. So again, adding to that, it's just going to become more and more common talk. Something I want to bring up here, I know it's a little controversial, and for fun, I want to point out Rotobank rejects El Salvador's request to implement Bitcoin as legal tender. I was going to go into this from a whole different perspective, but I think I'm going to keep it fun and lighthearted as far as the World Bank has rejected El Salvador's request for help as the country seeks to become the first nation in the world to implement Bitcoin as legal tender. And the World Bank says basically, no, we don't accept it as a currency. And having said that, I want to highlight something here. Back to the Future, an interview with David Schwartz and Stefan Thomas. It's a great interview. If you have time, the link, as always, will be available in the description below. But I want to highlight a few things. One of the things that most people don't realize about David and Stefan is that prior to Ripple, they both used to work on Bitcoin. And there you go. Let's just bounce over here. Ripple CTO invented a distributed computer system 20 years before blockchain came about it. So I'm going to read this little section here because I think it's great. And then I'll just add to my point. The mysterious Satoshi Nakamoto is often credited with inventing blockchain, the tech behind the recent cryptocurrency and decentralization boom. But long before Nakamoto published his seminal paper that shaped Bitcoin as we know it, Ripple Chief Technology Officer CTO David Schwartz had already come up with a similar concept. So almost 30 years ago, on August 25th, 1988, Schwartz filed a patent for a multi-level distributed computer system that would preferably run on personal computers. The technology was designed to leverage the combined processing power of numerous devices to accomplish singular tasks. 3 years later, Schwartz was eventually granted the patent. While the undertaking ultimately didn't pan out, we spoke with the Ripple CTO about his vision for the distributed system entailed and how it overlaps with today's blockchain tech. So again, I just want to show you that pretty much before Bitcoin, David Schwartz had already patented what is today. And again, having worked on Bitcoin, where did he go? But to Ripple. XRP already has the capability to do everything that Bitcoin wished that it could. And remember, this is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. But before we go, I want to leave you with a final thought. Worry never solves the future and always takes away energy from the present. I want to say thanks to our VIP on Patreon. Thanks for your support, Surfmeister, and to each and every one of you. We're excited to hit a milestone, though it may be minor for some. It's a major step forward for us. We're only a few thousand views away from hitting our total 1 million views. And thanks to each and every one of you, we couldn't do it without you, and we wouldn't even want to. Because of you, this channel is here, making sure that we can all get the information we need to see our dreams come true. All right, guys, again, so grateful for each and every one of you, and we will catch you in the next one.